Thank you all for being here. It really does mean a lot to me. I do want to especially thank the administration sitting at the table here and at other tables who have been wonderful to me over these years. The Child Life Committee, Dr. Krylov, and of course, the entire Child Right group headed by Nicole. The Development Office for their efforts on tonight, Sherry, Aaron, and Julie have done a wonderful job, as they do every year. And I really do appreciate this wonderful, wonderful honor. It's really extremely gratifying to be honored by someone who sends you a check every month. It really does make me feel good. My firm, as Lenny indicated, has represented Winthrop and provided services to the hospital for well over 30 years. And many of my partners are here tonight, and I really do appreciate that and the good service. I personally have been involved in representing the hospital since 1992 when I joined Garfunkel 25 years ago. My personal affiliation with Winthrop goes a lot further than that. As Lenny mentioned, my bride was born there, and 2 out of my 3 children work there. My 3rd child is enjoying spring break down in Cancun before a wall goes up and he comes back, but he's due back later. Pediatrics has been near and dear to my heart and holds a very special place. Growing up, my aunt and uncle, both pediatricians at Yale, are both here tonight, and I thank them for coming as well. My involvement with Winthrop Pediatrics does go back to before the first Opera Night. Opera Night was the precursor to Cause to Celebrate. It was a special place with John Collins, who brought Opera Night to Winthrop. He still owes me a new tie, but we'll get into that later. As shown in the picture Dr. Krylov put up before, I had the honor of co-chairing the Pediatric Fund for the Future, which worked to raise money to build the pediatric floor at the hospital. I was fortunate to co-chair that committee with, among others, Karen Rocky Bayal. Karen and her family have been active supporters are here tonight. Many of you were here last year to hear their beautiful daughter Taylor speak, who did it very wonderfully. We thank her. In preparing for tonight, I brought to mind some wonderful words that a very dear friend of mine who couldn't make it up tonight from Florida, Barbara Clark Klein, said at her recent retirement dinner. In describing the secret to Winthrop's success, she said it's simple. They treat everybody as family. And that is so true. My family, my children have been patients at Winthrop. I've seen it firsthand. They treat everybody as family. And that's what makes Winthrop such a special place. Those of you who have the opportunity to visit the pediatric floor at Winthrop, meet the people in Child Life, as well as the doctors, the nurses, and staff, know that they in fact do God's work. I mentioned my daughter is a nurse at the hospital. She's on Gardner 4. Her future sister-in-law, Pierangela Frisina, is here tonight, and I thank her for coming. She's a pediatric nurse, and I've actually gotten phone calls from people at the hospital, friends of mine who have children there, who compliment the work that she and her colleagues do. And I really do applaud the work that Child Life does. Child Life is a very special program, as Lenny said before, and I thank you all for coming tonight. Before I recognize 2 very special women in the audience tonight, I'd like to remind you that while we're all here to celebrate the great work that Child Life does, we're here to raise money for them. Right now, outside, there are plenty of raffles left to be purchased. There are plenty of silent auctions that Nicole, Aaron, and Sherry and Julie have worked to put together, and I implore you to not only open up your hearts, but open up your wallets. Child Life needs your support. It's a non-reimbursable service at the hospital, and they survive through the donations of the people in this room. And other than my sister trying to outbid me on the Norwegian cruise, which we'll talk about later, I implore you to go out and bid it. And lastly, and I promise I will wrap this up, I'd like to recognize 2 very special women in the audience who are both celebrating birthdays tonight. Okay, first, my mother, Irene Roll. Please stand for her, and I think we're going to something for her. My mother is celebrating her 80th birthday tonight. She doesn't look a day over 59, but she's celebrating her 80th birthday. Thank you. Secondly, I'd like to, oh, we got one more. We'd like to recognize my beautiful wife, Andrea, who's celebrating the anniversary of her 29th birthday tonight. Now you can take this. With that, I say thank you very much for this wonderful honor, and please go out and spend some money.